Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to share with you exactly what I did to improve my English. If you're struggling with speaking fluently or understanding English better, then this video is for you. And before we get into what you should do, let's talk about what you should not do. First, don't get obsessed with grammar. A lot of people think that in order to speak perfect English, they need to memorize every single grammar rule. But that's not true. You only need to know the basics. If you're talking about the past, you use words like was or were. If you're talking about the present, you use is, am, or are. And if you're talking about the future, you use will or shall. That's enough to get started. The more you practice speaking, the more naturally the right structures will come to you. If you focus too much on grammar in the beginning, you'll slow yourself down and get frustrated. Second, don't force yourself to memorize random vocabulary words. I see a lot of learners making this mistake. They take a dictionary, write down 15 or 20 new words every day, and repeat them over and over again. But when it's time to actually speak, they don't remember those words. Why? Because they learned them in isolation without any real connection to their daily lives. Instead of doing that, focus on learning words in context. If you watch a movie and hear an interesting phrase, note it down and try using it in your own sentences. If you read an article and find a new word, see how it's used in different sentences rather than just memorizing the meaning. This way, you'll actually remember it when you need it. Now let's talk about what you should do. The first thing is confidence. So many people think that they will never be able to speak English fluently, but that's just not true. If you've studied English in school for 10 or 12 years, you already know a lot more than you think. You know the names of most everyday objects, you understand basic sentences, and you can recognize a lot of English words. The only thing stopping you is your confidence. Once you believe in yourself, you'll realize that half the battle is already won. The second thing is creating an English environment around you. Think about how you learned your native language. You didn't take formal lessons as a child. You learned by listening to your parents, siblings, and people around you. The same thing can happen with English. Even if you live in a country where nobody speaks English, you can still create an English environment. Watch movies and TV shows in English. Listen to English podcasts or audiobooks. Change the language of your phone and social media to English. The more English you surround yourself with, the more natural it will start to feel. When I first started working in an office, I always said, "Can you please do it?" But then I noticed that my colleagues said, "Could you please do it?" I paid attention to the difference, did a little research, and found out that could sounds more polite in formal situations. So I started using could instead. This is how you improve, by picking up small details from your surroundings and applying them in real-life situations. Now let's talk about the most important step: practice and interaction. Let me ask you something. Do you avoid speaking English because you're afraid people will judge you? If the answer is yes, you need to let go of that fear. Nobody is perfect when they start learning a language. You will make mistakes, and that's okay. Every mistake is a lesson. And here's the truth. People might correct you, but they will forget about it in a few days. I've experienced this myself. When I was preparing for job interviews, I couldn't even get an interview at a call center because my English wasn't good enough. People laughed at me and told me I wasn't capable, but I didn't let that stop me. I kept learning, and now those same people don't even remember saying those things to me. If I had let their words discourage me, I wouldn't be where I am today. So don't let the fear of judgment hold you back. One of the best ways to practice speaking is to record yourself. Pick a topic and make a short video of yourself talking about it in English. Your first video should be a simple introduction. Talk about who you are, what you do, and what your interests are. Then, every day, choose a new topic and record another video. It could be about your favorite book, a place you want to visit, or something that happened to you that day. When you watch your videos, you'll see where you need to improve, whether it's pronunciation, sentence structure, or fluency. The more you do this, the more confident you'll become. Another thing that helped me was speaking with people who knew better English than me. If you have friends or colleagues who speak English well, try having conversations with them. Even if you can't find a conversation partner in real life, there are so many ways to practice online. Join English-speaking communities, participate in discussions, and even try speaking to AI chatbots that can correct your mistakes. The key is to speak as much as possible. And here's a little secret. Don't try to be perfect. Many people hesitate to speak because they don't want to make mistakes. But guess what? Even native speakers make mistakes. The important thing is to communicate. If you don't know how to say something perfectly, say it the best way you can. Even if you mix in words from your native language, that's fine. Over time, as you get better, you'll naturally start speaking more in English. English is not a measure of intelligence, but it is a skill that can open many doors for you. It's the most widely spoken language in the world, and having even a basic level of fluency can give you a huge advantage, especially in your career. If you work in a field where communication is important, knowing English can help you get better job opportunities and even higher salaries. So don't see learning English as just an academic goal. See it as an investment in yourself. Before I end this video, let me leave you with one last thought. Learning English doesn't have to be difficult or stressful. Find ways to enjoy it. If you love music, listen to English songs and sing along. If you love movies, watch them in English. If you like reading, start with simple English books and work your way up. The more fun you have, the more motivated you'll be to keep learning. So that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next one. Bye.